Hi everyone, welcome to Stitch with Jen. This is Jennifer and this is FlossTube number 2. I have to start off by saying thank you so much to everyone who watched my first FlossTube. I didn't know what to expect when posting that, and I was just overwhelmed by the positive comments and the encouragement and the fact that so many of you took the time to just spend 15 minutes of your day with me and share some of your time. So thank you so much. Thank you, especially if you have subscribed, liked the video, made a comment, or just watched it. So that really, from the bottom of my heart, meant so much to me, and I really enjoyed getting to meet some new people already via FlossTube. So thank you so much for that. I thought I'd tell you a little bit about what I've been up to this past week. I have one finish since the last FlossTube to share, and I thought maybe I'd show you my works in progress, as well as talk about some more plans, including maybe some quilting plans too. And I have a little bit of haul. But first, over the past week, I hope you all have had a great Valentine's Day. I know we had a busy week here. We had some friends over for the Super Bowl. And the week before that was my husband's birthday. And I have to tell you, I recorded my last FlossTube 2 Saturdays before the Super Bowl. And it took me 2 weeks to get up the courage to actually post it on YouTube. So there's a little bit more of a delay there from FlossTube number 1 to this one than what reflects online. So I promise I will do a better job of being bold and putting out the FlossTube right away the day that I record it. So thank you for giving me the encouragement to do that. I think I just needed a little bit of positive feedback, and I definitely had that from last week. So thank you again. So again, we were kind of busy with the Super Bowl. We had my husband's birthday. My parents and his parents came in town to help celebrate that. And so Valentine's Day for us is pretty low key, just because we've just finished up all the family birthdays in our household, but it certainly was a nice day. I'm taking a class for work, and I had to take a test on the material. So last week I had 2 classes. They're broken off into a couple different parts, so about 4 hours at a time. And I have to study though in between. So I didn't get a whole lot of stitching done during the past week, but I'm really proud that I had a finish since the last FlossTube. So let's take a look at that. And I'm excited to share my Country Cottage Needleworks February sampler. It's actually done in February. So here's the pattern. I know a lot of you are familiar with these. They're so cute. And here's my February finish. And she's stitched on, I don't know why I called her she, but this is stitched on 14 count Aida. It's just from a big box craft store. It's oatmeal. So very simple and easy. Just all the called for DMC. And I think it's adorable. So hopefully I'll get that fully finished before next February. That would be the goal. All right, kind of in that vein, I have I've been working on March, and I think I showed you last FlossTube. I'm trying to get ahead, so here's the March sampler. And I got quite a bit done for me, I thought. So when I started, I just had the little cottage finished last year when I worked on it. So really this whole bottom section, with the exception of the eyes of the leprechaun, that was pretty good for me. Make that progress there. And same fabric, 14 oatmeal, and call for DMC. I'm also working on hands-on design, well-rounded perennial pinwheels. I think I shared that last time too. I just love this little set. And again, it's easy. It kind of goes with, you know, the concept of the cottages. I can do one each month. And I think I started them last year and didn't quite get one done each month. So I will show you where I'm at. I'm working on spring, and the second one, the center bouquet, I actually got quite a bit more finished than what I thought I would. Really love the colors in these. And this is just a very generic piece of, it was originally white, 14 count Aida, and I dyed it with just a little bit to just knock off the brightness of the white. And I really couldn't tell you anymore how I did that. But I managed to get a couple pieces that matched for each season. So I've got all the spring ones together. And I did finish one spring last year, so I thought I would just show you one finished spring piece. not fully finished, of course. But these are going to look so cute together. Hopefully we'll get all 3 of those done by the time spring rolls around. And I do have 2 winters finished from this series. And I love the color combination on the winters. So the first is just a little sampler motif. And that's stitched up very cute. I love that bright green in lieu of a more traditional green with the brown. And it's just the perfect red. So these colors are just amazing together. And I also finished the quilt motif as well. I love these because they are so symmetrical. I like symmetry. So it makes it fun to, it actually makes your brain though think, because you can't do the motif the same every time all the way around. So those are some finishes we have and what I'm working on. I wish I was working on more. I'm still trying to get to the Country Cottage Needleworks Nutcracker Village. Still have a couple more, that came in the mail. Here they are. I'm going to get to them because here's what is the good part about not having started yet. So I've been watching Fat Quarter Shop and waiting for the big half yard cut or the yard cut of Beautiful Beige to come in so I could do all of these on one large piece of fabric. And sure enough, I got a Fat Quarter Shop order this week, and guess what was in it? 25 inches by 36 inches, Beautiful Beige and 14 count. So now I just have to trim it down and zigzag the edges like I like to do, and I can get the center of Nutcracker Village started. So my goal is to get this at least prepped to be able to show you this by next FlossTube. So that was fun. Also in my haul from Fat Quarter Shop, I mentioned last time I was going to start Indigo Lane, and we'll talk about Indigo Lane in a minute. I didn't know what to stitch Indigo Lane on. So looking just on the computer screen, it's hard to tell what color something really is. So I tried 2 different things, and I don't think either is going to work. But now I have them for my stash that I mentioned I didn't have built up very well. So I picked up 14 count Ada Platinum, and this is, when I think of platinum, I would think it would have a silver or a gray tone. It's not. It's just a really pretty cream. So I know it'll work for something. And then we have, I tried a 25 count Lugana in pewter. And this might be just a little too gray because I almost think it matches some of the floss in the pattern. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So here's Indigo Lane. And I got the inspiration to stitch Indigo Lane from Annie, the Proper Stitcher, which I'm so excited about. I just love this piece. And she finished hers already, and it looks beautiful. So if you haven't seen that on her YouTube, you should go check that out. So to me, this is a kind of a lightish gray, very light gray, almost a silver fabric, which is what I was trying to match. And I got the floss in my haul, which is great. So let me show you that. And it's all packaged together, again, very nicely from Fat Quarter Shop. And here's the DMC's not in here, and there were a couple of colors that were out of stock. I have some in my cart right now for next time. So here's the floss. We'll just kind of hold the back of that. And it's so pretty. Again, there's that beautiful corn husk. I just love that with the blue. But I just didn't think, I don't know. I feel like there just isn't enough contrast here. Like this is too dark. So I was inventorying what I had, and I forgot, and I'm so glad I found this. I forgot I had this piece of Witchold French lace. And this has just that slight bit, I think, of, it's not quite so dark gray. See how that's lighter? And I think it's, all right, I've even taken it out of the package. Should we do that? Sorry for the crunching. I like to keep things in packages as long as possible. I don't know why. But I think that when you hold these up, these are going to be really nice on here. So let me know what you think. I feel like this gray is gonna, this darker, what color is this? Banker's gray. You know, there's really enough of a contrast there. Let's see. And I felt like it needed a cool tone because of the blues and the grays that are in this piece. So again, I cannot wait to get this one started and get a start on this one, be able to count this for next FlossTube. So that'll be super. All right, so that's really the only cross stitching I'm working on. So not a whole lot to report there. I've got some new fabric for some quilting projects, and I mentioned last time that I also like to quilt. I have a piece over here that I'm doing the actual quilting on, and it's a little bit bigger of a piece. I'll show you some of this. This is what it's going to be. This is Kate and Birdie Winter's Lane, like the original Winter's Lane. So that's how long I've had this. It's bigger than what I'm comfortable, or I've learned I'm comfortable quilting on my own machine. So if the background or the backing would have been larger, I probably would have taken this to my local quilt shop and had someone do it. But I just don't feel comfortable. I don't think they would take it with the amount of backing I have. When I purchased all the fabric, I didn't know what I was going to make with it. I just kind of bought some yardage. And once I did a piece back, there was just enough to make it where I could do it here at home. I just don't think anyone professionally will take it. So we're going to give this one a try and get this done. So it's ready for next winter. So once that is finished, I've got a couple of projects that I thought I'd show you. So we're going to enter the quilting portion of the show. Okay, when I ordered at Black Friday after Thanksgiving from Fat Quarter Shop, we got a little Black Friday surprise, and it came in a little black package, so that was very perfect for the shipment. And I of course didn't know what was going to be in there because it was a mystery. And one of the items in our Black Friday surprise was this cute little charm pack. It's Moda, it's Words to Live By. And this is not something I would have picked up on my own, but I don't know if you can, some of these colors are really, really great. So there's an orange or like a tangerine, and there's a blue. And again, this kind of, I don't know, chartreuse color that I loved in the Indigo Lane floss. So I was excited to kind of get out of my comfort zone there a little bit. So I ordered a little bit of yardage and background fabric, because another thing I'm trying to do this year is use what I have. So I have this cute little 3 Times the Charm book. And this is by Me and My Sister Designs. And I picked out a pattern in here. It's called Hannah. And we are going to use this charm pack to stitch up Hannah. And for the sashing, I picked up the solid blue. And then for the backing and the binding, or at least the backing, I can't remember if I did the binding in the solid or the background. I have it in here. Again, when you get fabric from Fat Quarter Shop, I love it because it comes all packaged so nicely. Like everything I ordered is in here, and it's not going to be damaged if something happens to the box. I waited until now to open this up so I could show you, but it's folded again beautifully with such care. So here's the blue for the sashing. And what did I pick for the background or the backing? Okay, I went with the tangerine print. Let's see. It looks like that. So I think that's going to be really neat. So that's going to be great. I'm going to work on that project. I'm going to get that stuff that's starched and ready to go. I've learned I like small projects, so that's going to be easier to do. I also had another charm pack. Again, trying to use what's in my stash. Holly Berry by Corey Yoder. I just love this. And so I loved it. I didn't know what I wanted to make. There's some gray. There's creams. I think there's a beautiful green. There's some reds and greens there, and here are the reds. I just loved it so much. I just, again, grabbed the charm pack. I thought I'm going to make something with this one too. So I'm going to use my 3 Times the Charm book, and we're going to do I think it's the Jennifer on this one. No, I think we're going to do the Leslie. I'll have to go in my book and see. I think we're going to do this one. So I ordered some border and some backing, and there's not much left in Holly Berry right now, as I'm sure you can guess. So I think I've got this for the border in the back, And then I like a good straight binding. So I picked up this diagonal because then it would be on the diagonal and I could cut it straight. So those are two things that came, that's everything that came from Fat Quarter Shop. But now I can move forward on a couple of quilting projects. So some other quilting projects we've got in the wings, again, are more Fat Quarter Shop kits. And again, they package things so well. And these, two of them are Jolly Bar kits. And the other you've probably seen, it's Gina Tell's pattern. So if you haven't seen these in person, I'm going to show them to you now. I love Minnick and Simpson. And this is the River Stars quilt kit. And this is really easy to find online. But the whole kit's packaged up like this with Belle Isle, which is beautiful. And here's the backing. It's a really cute floral. So I've decided to just go ahead and buy backing kits, especially when someone puts them together for me. Then I know there will be enough there for me to have someone long arm it for me. So I've got that. That's kind of hopefully maybe my patriotic quilt for the space where I'm going to have my quilts. This red one I wanted for Valentine's Day, but I didn't get to it. But this is Pointed Possibilities. And this comes with some triangle paper. I love this fabric again too. So pretty. And I picked at the back, I think I picked this backing out myself. So I just got a whole bunch of yardage of this. There might even be some extra yardage in here too. And then finally, I have this one I had opened, the Cozy Autumn Quilt Kit. Again, this is a free Jolly Bar pattern when you buy from Fat Quarter Shop. And this is a fig tree Jolly Bar for fall. And again, gray and green and orange. And everything is in here and it's all together. And then I did pick up the backing set that Fat Quarter Shop recommended and prepackaged. So I know there'll be plenty of fabric here. So I've got to get moving on this so that I can have these ready for their proper seasons. So you can see I have plenty to do. We just need to find some extra time to do it. So that is it for all my projects. It looks like I'm just checking around me to make sure. Going ahead to the next week, I'm going to watch some more FlossTube as I get some of these things done. So I wanted to say a special hi to Panhandle Stitcher. She's got a brand new FlossTube channel out too, and I watched her FlossTube #1. So that was fun to see someone else who had a #1 this week. I also spent a little time watching the Contented Stitcher and Artie the Vintage Stitcher, and of course Annie the Proper Stitcher. So lots of stitchers, but I'll link all of them below in case you haven't seen them yet, but I'm sure you have because they're all pretty great. So we'll do some more FlossTube watching this week. I'll try to make some progress on my projects, and then I'm gonna get a little bit more organized. I know I mentioned last time that I didn't have a lot of stash, but I feel like I'm starting to acquire some things, and so I need to get it cataloged in a way that I can find things when I need them. So this weekend I started a spreadsheet of all my DMC colors. So I'm putting together just a list of the color and how many I have, and then if it's not just in the storage, where it is, if it's kitted up and where, which pattern is it with. I don't like the little bobbins. So I don't bobbinate my DMC. I don't like the way it kind of crinkles the floss. And I like the way it looks. So there's kind of the problem there. I'm struggling with ways to keep my floss that I'm using kind of organized and neat while I'm stitching. So I love your suggestions there. I've tried handmade floss drops, but I feel like that everything gets tangled, so I don't like that. So I don't know how to keep it all separate but labeled, because sometimes colors are very close together. So I'm struggling with that, but I'm working on it. Any pieces of advice, I'd love that from you. And then I'm inventorying my fabric, because now I've picked up a couple of things that, like this one, it's beautiful and I want to use it. I just don't know what to use it for. So I want to make sure that by the time I plan something, I always remember to check what I have first before I order. But that doesn't always happen. And sometimes, you just kind of get excited in the moment and you throw some things in your cart and you just want to have them. So that's what's happening to me. But that's really it for this week. So again, thanks for spending some time with me. Thanks for watching and all of your positive comments, your encouragement. Have a great week, and I will see you hopefully next Sunday. Bye-bye.